Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to this Sunday edition of the Cricket Happening Show today. Well, in this Cricket Happening Show we are going to look at Australia's very comfortable win over England in the second One Day International of the NatWest series, which enabled them to go 1-0 up in the series. They put up a good show with the bat, racking up 315 runs, and for England it was a great challenge, because if England would have won this match, it would have been the most successful chase ever by England in one-day international cricket. Well, it was not to be, and England were all out for 227. And then, if I have time, after looking at this game between England and Australia, I would like to talk about Ireland. Actually, as you know, the World League Championship is being played. As you know, the WCL consists of all the associate nations which actually play it, and today it was a match between Ireland and Scotland, and today the 2013 World Cricket League trophy went to Ireland. As you know, all this associate nations in Ireland have already qualified themselves as far as the 2015 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand is concerned, and today the Ireland captain William Porterfield was given the World Cricket League Championship trophy. As I said, the World Cricket League is played between among all the associate nations. For example, Ireland, Scotland, Netherlands, Kenya, Afghanistan, all those countries come under it, just to name a few. And well, Ireland were the proud champions. They were the World Cricket League champions, and they truly deserved it, I would say. Well, let's not waste any time, and just let's get on with the real big match here. After the first one-day international between Australia and England was washed out the other day, today the second one-day international was something which had lots of entertainment for the crowd. In fact, England were the ones who actually won the toss. The conditions were good, and it was a bit of a surprise to see the England captain Alistair Cook, actually not Alistair Cook, sorry about that, Owen Morgan, of the one-day international captain, who actually inserted all the Australians in. And the Australians, well, they really cashed in. Well, initially, yes, they lost the wicket of Sean Marsh absolutely in the first over itself, when it was Stephen Finn who actually gave them the breakthrough, when Sean Marsh was caught behind by Buttler of the bowling of Finn for a duck. It was a bad stroke from Sean Marsh, as he poked at a ball which was going outside the off stump, and he was a goner for a duck. So that was not a good start for Australia. They were 0 for 1 at that stage in the first over, and the fourth delivery from Stephen Finn actually picking up the wicket. So after that, Aaron Finch and Shane Watson started playing some strokes, but Shane Watson was the one who was very severe, or anything short, or anything which was of a drivable length. As far as Aaron Finch was concerned, well, he took his time, but slowly he also got some runnable stuff, and the score had been taken to 60 runs were added for the second wicket between Aaron Finch and Shane Watson, when James Treadwell, when James Treadwell was brought into the attack, James Treadwell had to go for a lot of runs. In fact, he leaked 37 runs of the 22 balls he bowled, but finally he got his reward when Aaron Finch, who was trying to go aerial, was caught by Joe Root in the deep of the bowling of Treadwell for 45 balls with 4 fours and 1 6. Shane Watson was a victim of Bopara. Bopara was bowling well. He was hitting the right lines, and that yielded in the wicket. Shane Watson was caught. Buttler bowled Bopara for 38 of 51 balls with 6 fours and 1 6, and that was the time the score was 116 for 3, and that was the 22nd over. But after the 22nd over, at the 22nd over, it was two players in the middle, the Australian captain Michael Clarke and George Bailey, and from then on it was a matter of just settling down, and that's what the Australian captain Michael Clarke did. Once he settled down, he started unveiling his range of strokes, and George Bailey also complimented him very well. And what was very good to see about George Bailey today was that he was not the usual self, where he actually takes his time at the crease, settles down, and once he passes 50, then he starts playing all his strokes. But today it was a different George Bailey. Probably there was a game plan. Probably the Australian captain Michael Clarke might have instructed him to do that, and Michael Clarke himself was scoring very freely, and probably also what could have influenced George Bailey's stroke making would have been the fact that the ball was nicely coming onto the bat, and why not George Bailey take his chance. And well, this partnership really blossomed into something that Australia would be happy, because what it did is this partnership of 155 runs in probably 22 overs really got a lot of runs for Australia, and that also enabled Michael Clarke to go on to make his first one-day international century against England. He has never scored a century against one-day international century against England, so that was a very nice moment for Michael Clarke to score his first one-day international century against England. And what a partnership that was. As I said, George Bailey was the aggressor in this partnership of 155, with really flaying the ball to all parts of the ground. He hit 4 sixes in that knock. He lofted Ben Stokes straight over the ground for a 6. He lofted Treadwell for a 6. Bopara was sent packing for a 6. And George Bailey, as I said, he was the aggressor in this partnership. He started scoring runs at a real pace, and that enabled this 155 runs partnership for the 4th wicket, which Australia would be very thankful for. And Bailey's contribution in that knock was 82 of 67 deliveries with 5 fours and 4 sixes. And George Bailey was a victim of Bopara, so he was gone. So that was the partnership was broken with the score on 271. And after that, probably I thought England really came back into the game by actually reducing, keeping Australia to a score of 315. They also lost Michael Clarke when Rankin came in and picked up 2 wickets in succession there, as he first dismissed Michael Clarke with a ball that the ball actually left Michael Clarke, and he was caught behind by Butler for 105 of 102 balls with 14 fours. As far as Matthew Wade was concerned, he inside that edged on to the very next ball that he faced after Clarke was out, and he was gone, clean bowled by Boyd Rankin for a ducket. So Boyd Rankin was on a hat-trick, but James Faulkner actually averted the hat-trick, and Adam Vokes played a good role. He was not out on 16 at the end of the Australian innings of as many balls. Faulkner contributed 18 runs very quickly of just 11 deliveries with 2 fours and 1 6, and Johnson was not out on 6, and Australia finished at a very imposing score of 315 for 6 of their 50 overs. Now, talking about the bowling today, Stephen Finn gave the breakthrough, 10 overs 1 minute 2 for 68, went for lots of runs. Rankin, I thought, was the best bowler of the day today, 10 overs no maiden 2 for 49 for him. Stokes, I would say Stokes actually bowled well. In the sense he was a bit unlucky because the ball was actually eluding the stumps. In fact, he was getting the batsman beaten a lot of times, but I thought it was, even though his bowling figures wouldn't really reflect that, but Ben Stokes put up a good show with the ball. 10 overs no maiden, none for 66. Bopara, well, the first 8 overs he bowled well, but after that Rob Bailey really started getting a lot of runs in one particular over. He hit probably took Bopara for more than 15 runs an over, so that actually spoiled Bopara's figures. 10 overs no maiden 2 for 57. Treadwell today absolutely taken to the cleaners, 8 overs no maiden 1 for 60 and 2 overs for 13 for Joe Root. So Australia, with an imposing score of 315 for 7 of their 50 overs, really got England into trouble right away, with Michael Carberry playing his match, and one was looking forward to Michael Carberry giving them a good partnership, and Kevin Peterson was the other opener with Michael Carberry, but Michael Carberry actually tried to cut a ball from Johnson, and he cut it down to straight into the hands of the Australian captain Michael Clarke at backward short leg, and he was walking for 4. After that, Mitchell Johnson was the one who actually gave the breakthrough, and Mitchell Johnson, as I said, was bowling with fiery pace today. His pace was going up a notch. Not only that, he was getting the ball beautifully out of his hand, and which was allowing the ball to swing to, and he has the stock delivery which actually comes in. And Jonathan Trott got a real ball which was a real fender bender for Jonathan Trott. And Jonathan Trott was out hanging his bat in the air, and Matthew Wade behind the stumps took the catch. He was out for a duck, and Joe Root inside edging the ball onto the stumps of the bowling of Faulkner for 3, and that made the English score look very shabby at 38 for 3. After that, Kevin Peterson was joined in by Owen Morgan, the captain, and both of them realized that there's no use in just staying at the wicket with a score of 315 when they were chasing. So that really spurred them on, and Kevin Peterson and Ian Morgan really started playing some very good strokes, especially Kevin Peterson, who was not afraid to take the attack right into the camp by actually, in fact, 2 overs bowled by Fawad Ahmed, the right-arm leg spinner, went for 23 runs with Peterson going after him and hitting some sixes, and also on the other hand, Owen Morgan, the England captain, also hitting some nice boundaries. So that was a partnership from 38 for 3. The partnership started eking out runs, and they got around 59 runs 59 runs for the 4th wicket. And once that was going well, it was looking like slowly Peterson and Morgan were really trying to build themselves up as far as this England innings was concerned. That was the time Kevin Peterson was a goner, as he was caught by Faulkner of the bowling of Shane Watson for 60 of 66 deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes. And after that, the innings really didn't gain any momentum. With after Peterson was gone, it was Bopara who couldn't contribute, in the sense he contributed just a single when he was caught and bowled by Adam Bogues. It was a very, very easy catch for Adam Bogues. He was gone for 1. And then when Owen Morgan briefly stayed there in the company of Josh Butler, who played some very good strokes, hit some nice sixes, some lot of inventive strokes coming in from Josh Butler, as he's known to be. But Mackay actually came in and picked up the wicket of Owen Morgan for 54 of 69 balls with 4 fours. And then it was a task which was getting more harder with the overs going by. And when Morgan left, it was left to Stokes. In fact, Ben Stokes was there along with Josh Butler. So these young guns couldn't really do much. But yes, it was Josh Butler who really, as I said, played some inventive strokes. He was there till the end, but as I said, the task was becoming all the more tough, because they lost Ben Stokes, caught Bailey bowled Mackay for 5, and then Josh Butler had to take everything on him. But one good thing that Josh Butler did today was that he picked up his maiden one-day international half century, which was good for him, and he went down swinging, and he contributed 75 runs of 65 balls with 5 fours and 3 sixes. And the tail really couldn't do much, with Treadwell out for 1, Stephen Finn was out for 16 of 20 through a brief cameo there, and Rankin was not out on 1. And England really never looked, barring Kevin Peterson and Ian Morgan really taking advantage of the power play, there was nothing much that the England batsmen could do, and they were all out for 227. And this was a very good win for Australia to go 1-up in the series in the 5-match NatWest One Day International Series. Australia winning the match by 88 runs. As far as the wickets were concerned, as I said, Mitchell Johnson not only providing the breakthrough, but he was a very different bowler today. He was looking like the real Mitchell Johnson that one knows from Australia. 10 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 36. Mackay also bowled well, I thought. 9.2 overs, 1 maiden, 47 runs and 3 wickets. Faulkner 8 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 39. Adam Bogues bowled 6 overs, 1 for 32. Fawad Ahmed 7 overs, no maiden, 1 for 55. Shane Watson 4 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 17. Australia leading the 5-match series 1-0. Michael Clarke, the Australian captain, was named man of the match. Now the third one-day international would be starting at Edgbaston on Wednesday. Well, so Australia have taken a 1-0 lead in the series. Now I just have some time left on this YouTube broadcast, so I would like to tell you once again that Ireland have captured, in fact Ireland have taken the World Cricket League Championship trophy for 2013. Today they beat Scotland in a one-day international match it was a match in which they won by 7 wickets. It was an easy victory for them. Scotland batted first. They were 165 all out. The highest scorer being McLeod with 39 of 81 balls with 1 4, 23 coming in from Matt Chan of 46 balls with 2 4s, 35 coming in from Berrington of 59 balls with 2 4s, 20 of 25 balls with 1 4 from David Murphy. And as far as Ireland were concerned, they had Ed Richardson actually making his debut today. 8 overs, no made in 2 for 39, bowled well. 3 for 36 for Max Sorensen, 2 for 20 for S.R. Thompson. Kevin O'Brien 3 for 31. And as far as Ireland were concerned, they got a 7-wicket victory by getting the victory in 33 overs, 166 for 3, with Niall O'Brien 65 not out of 70 balls with 9 fours, and Gary Wilson 35 of 53 balls with 4 fours and 1 6. So nothing to really talk about. As I said, the only thing that I would like to say here is that Ireland have taken the World Cricket League Championship trophy for 2013, and congratulations to them. And they are really making a pitch for themselves as far as Test status is concerned, because they already qualified themselves for the 2015 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, on this note, your host Ram would like to end the cricket show for today, but promising you that once again you will be seeing me on my next Cricket Happening show that will be on a Monday. Until then, it's a big goodbye on a Sunday. Thank you.